Sup?
Meth, my guy, it's time to talk, or boldly go, where lots of first-time pinball owners have gone before. Talking about one of the best franchises of all time. And let's discuss how a top-tier license does as a pinball machine. Does the pinball machine hold up as good as the Enterprise does? Oh man, I don't know. Do I keep talking until the build-up hits in? It kicks so good. Let's talk about Gene Roddenberry's Stern Pinball's motherfucking Star Trek.
Oh yeah.
Everyone, you just missed a bunch of nuance about the last podcast. Hopefully talking about like the fourth wall inside this media pinball stuff is just dumb. I want to talk about pinball with a friend instead. So yeah, Star Trek by Stern, not the Next Generation, although arguably the Next Generation probably has better callouts. Not probably, it absolutely does. But we're talking about Stern.
The callouts are good in that one.
Oh, so good. And if you go on YouTube, we're talking about Stern Star Trek, but just Star Trek, it fits. Go on YouTube and Google or go to YouTube, Star Trek Next Generation Pinball sounds, and there's this coagulation of all the callouts in like one big long, it just goes one after another, and you'll hear all the normal ones and like the R-rated or whatever that's called, that like extra little mode thing you can do, or you can patch it into the game. It's pretty cool back then how much time and effort would go into these callouts versus today, whatever. We'll get to that, but I think this is one of those things where it did come together in some degree. Not like Next Generation, but we'll get to that in a minute. Well, yeah. Stern Star Trek. Tell us about it. When did it come out? Who made it? Trims?
Yeah, this is a 2013 Stern Pinball. It's a SAM, right? So it's Steve Ritchie on game design, software by Lonnie Ropp, and sound by the ever fantastic David Thiel. And the music is great. The music is so good in this game.
Before you go forward, David Thiel thing, or Thiel, either way. I had him on episode, who cares, go find it, Google Pinball Party David Thiel. I asked him specifically about this game. Of a lot of people, including myself, replace the sound with more official soundtrack orchestral music in a couple spots. And I asked him, as the sound designer of this game, one, did you do the music in the game like note for note? He's like, yeah, I made all of it. I'm like, okay, follow-up question. Does it hurt your feelings in so many words when people replace the music? And he said, oh yeah, it absolutely guts me to the soul, basically. I'm like, all right. So, not that should alter what you do with the game. I mean, you spend this money and do it. But yeah, go listen to David Thiel talk about this game in more in-depth, the audio. But TLDR with David Thiel, in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinion, he's the best in pinball for audio.
I love his work so much, it made me think about what he said. Like when talking to you about that, I was like, oh man, his work is so good. It just made me think, oh, I guess I should probably not do that anymore on Star Trek, because I love his work so much.
It's so good.
But yeah, the differences between the Pro, this is a Pro Premium and LE. We'll get to the LE in a second. But the Premium, you get more movement on the Vengeance, the big ship in the back. It's not the Enterprise. I think people think that sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's the Vengeance. It's full RGB LED on the Premium. There's chase lights, a little LED strip that moves on the warp ramp. I think that there's animated laser starfield projector in the lower apron that kind of shoots light out. In Klingon Multiball, I know that's when it does it.
Oh, the Starfield laser. Yep,
yeah, the
Klingon.
Starfield laser. There's the VUC eject out of the scoop on the left.
For new people who hear that a lot, in the beginning I would hear VUC, and I'm like, are people making up words? VUK, vertical up kicker. It's just a mech that shoots the ball up.
It's a ball ejector, right?
Yep.
So it just kicks it up. And on this game, it kicks it up out of the scoop.
To hear the rest of this episode and more deep dives, please join our Patreon. at patreon.com/pinballparty. Thanks for listening.